Well, Indian team's doing well. The Nifty is almost at around 19,700. It's been a good trading session. When you say you're going to start off 200 points higher and you're going to end close to around 250 points higher, boy, it's been a very, very good trading session. Mayuresh Joshi joins us to help us out with some quick analysis. Hi, Mayuresh. Let's talk about a couple of stocks that are buzzing in the last few minutes in particular. BirlaSoft. Stock has moved to the high point of the day. There was a change actually at the top when DK, who was leading the company, in fact, he pulled off. One would have thought the stock would have seen some bit of pressure, but actually it's nearly doubled from that price. I think 280, 290 was the price at that point of time. Today, it's around 620.
Afternoon, Nigel. I think mid-cap IT companies generally have delivered a very strong set of numbers. Even for BirlaSoft, the expectations in terms of the corporate action that has happened was supposed to ensure there is some muted action. But I think numbers have been doing the talking for most of these stocks. You've seen sequential improvement in revenue growth, both in constant currency and dollar terms. EBIT margins, in spite of wage hikes, have largely held up for the first half. And again, commentary related to both pricing, related to contracts that they are executing and contracts that they are probably winning, are expected to remain extremely steady, which means the EBIT margin guidance that they're probably assuring in the second half probably continues. Also, in lieu of order booking itself, I think the 1 million to 10 million ticket size across sectors, the order booking still remains intact, and therefore commentary on all these counts probably looks very, very positive. The only aspect, Nigel, for mid-cap IT companies compared to large caps would be the valuations and late-stage bases as we sit at MarketSmith India. But yes, I think the momentum can very well continue with the assumptions of data points coming in from the US markets and expectations of a soft landing probably expected to take place in the market itself, which means a lot of the momentum related as tailwinds for this sector, specifically mid-cap IT, might continue. So yeah, the momentum for BirlaSoft, Sonata, KPI can very well continue.
Okay, that's mid-cap IT definitely doing well today. The other stock that's doing really well is Eicher Motors. Mayuresh, hi, good afternoon and season's greetings to you. Happy New Year. Must ask you about Eicher because, the earlier part of this year was all about the write-off of Eicher and competitive intensity. And it's there. I mean, there's so many premium bikes in that high-end segment now. But after the numbers, we saw some positive brokerage notes on this as well. What is your own house view on Eicher?
Survey, I think Shubha Deepavali and Happy New Year to you, Prashant, Nigel, and the entire team at TV18 as well, on the viewers watching this as well. For Eicher, yes, you're absolutely right. I think 4 quarters, 6 quarters back, with the competition coming in a quarter back, with launches that came in from the Hero stable, Bajaj, as well as the TVS stable, the expectations were that volumes will take a big hit. But the kind of product changes that they've probably done and the market shares that they are probably still holding on to, 125cc plus, 350cc plus, 500cc plus as well. I think both the product mix and the pricing that they've probably got is ensuring numbers are still holding out for Eicher. The second aspect, obviously, Surabhi, is the export markets. And the export markets are expected to do well for Eicher in the coming few quarters as well. Spares is around 10% of their overall revenues, which should continue at a very strong trajectory. And therefore, if you probably look at the first aspect and the first angle, as competition probably brews up even more with new platforms coming through, Eicher is still holding on to its ground. And there is sufficient amount of space in terms of how the patterns are probably changing for a higher CC engine and a product as well, specifically in urban and semi-urban areas, which means that there should be reasonable amount of appetite for a stock like Eicher. Margins should relatively hold up because a lot of issues that this sector face, both in terms of input costs, semiconductor issues, largely behind. And therefore, I think stable demand expectations along with stable revenue growth with stable margins should mean that operating leverage continues for Eicher. So yeah, Eicher, TVS is something that we remain positive on.
Okay, Mayuresh, we'll keep the conversation short, just sort of coming up to market closing. But thanks for the wishes earlier, and of course, wishing you all the best as well. Thank you very much for joining us and running us through, all that you're tracking.